We are making a music video based on the song Bad Things by Jake Zephyr. It's country southern pop. We interpreted that the lyrics of the song Bad Things tell the story of a man who's attracted to a woman as opposed to a woman attracted to a man. Throughout our video, the focus will switch continuously from our male singer to a woman, the object of his desire. Characters will be placed against either a black or white background in order to highlight their feelings and appearance. When focused upon the male singer, he will be mostly in close-up shots and singing into the camera. However, when focused upon the woman, she will be acting provocatively, enjoying and playing with the gaze of the singer. She will also occasionally be sexually interacting with another woman, indicating an alternative sexual orientation and suggesting a different interpretation of the lyrics and title of the song.
So location. So because throughout the video characters are placed either against a white or black background, we will be filming either in Oriana's house or in the media room at our school, as there we'll be able to easily set up the backgrounds and we'll also have access to the props we need. And so kind of the unique selling point of our video, what makes it different is we're subverting the male gaze. So we're showing a woman who's she's manipulating the singer's gaze, and she's kind of playing with his feelings and teasing him, and also she's kind of presented as having a power over him and obviously playing with that. And also because our female protagonist, she's not only present in the video for a man, it's also for another woman. So the role of women within our video, it kind of challenges that of traditional music videos, subverting the voyeurism presented in the music videos of male artists.
Our actor, Tom Walker, he'll play the role of the male singer in our video. We chose Tom as he possesses a rugged and mysterious image, fitting the criteria side for our singer and highlighting the confidence the male character of the narrative of our video would have. Our woman is Roisin Evans. She'll play the female protagonist in our video. Roisin has a seductive look, similar to Tom, a mysterious image, as her dark hair and eyes infer a dark image with the potential to tease and control a man. Me. Oriana will play the role of the minor female character that the female protagonist tries to control sexually. Oriana has an innocent image with light hair and blue eyes, indicating that I am seduced and controlled by Roisin, because it highlights my innocence and the protagonist's power.
Do you not think only having two backgrounds would be a bit dull?
Yeah, we thought about that, but I think because what will be happening in front of the background, so there'll be a lot more action, particularly with the women going on, I think it would probably keep an interest throughout.
We don't want to distract, with settings, so we don't want to distract the main focus of the song, which is the image of the people.
Are you planning to have, say, the woman and the man against, say, the white background and the woman and the girl against the black background, or?
We're either debating that they'll switch backgrounds, so sometimes we'll be in front of a black background and then a white background, or maybe we'd have the male in front of the black background potentially, and the women in front of the white one. And then,
so is that done to show the subversion of gender roles in the video?
Yeah, and I think also if we have costumes and stuff, the women kind of in black, and then also I think our male singer would be in black, and if they skip the black background.
I think it's a black background.
Are you planning to film in colour or in black and white? Lots of your images I see are kind of black and white images on your mood board.
I think maybe a mixture, make it look like vintage maybe.
I think probably we'd shoot in colour, but so then if there is maybe if the woman had red lipstick on or something, I think that would be a bit more effective than just having it black and white throughout.
I wonder, how are you going to, I understand what you mean about subverting the representation of sexuality. So you've got the male singer saying he wants to do bad things to your female main character. And then you've also got her in turn wanting to do bad things to another woman in terms of like presenting sexuality. But if you then have the male singer whose voice is going to be dominant singing, I want to do real bad things to you, do bad things to you, and what we're seeing as an audience are two women sort of engage with each other in a playful, sexual way, presumably suggestive, on screen, how are you going to prevent that looking like a kind of a male fantasy?
We're hinting that's the woman who's saying, he's singing it, but it's the woman who's saying that she wants to do bad things. So she's playing with his gaze, she wants to do things with him, but she's also playing with the woman's gaze. So she also wants to do things with her. So it's actually her who wants to do the bad things.
But how will you show that? Will you show her lip syncing to his lyrics?
She'd lip sync a few lines.
Otherwise, you're in danger of it looking like the man wants to do bad things with two women.
I think also what we might have is you won't really see the man and woman in the same shot together, but maybe kind of, you know,
his
have
hand
like the hand or
on
something.
his chest while he's singing, like she's controlling.
So clearly she is kind of
constricting him.
Also, what made you choose that song?
My friend made me watch True Blood, and I liked the song at the beginning. I loved the video as well, but I was like, no, I don't do anything like that. But yeah, it's very inspiring.
Also, when we were looking at when we were looking at genres of music, I was looking at like rock music and stuff, and this fitted in pretty nicely, and we liked the videos and stuff like that. So
rock fans.
Are you planning to have any performance shots in terms of instruments at all, or is it all just focusing on the singing?
Singing.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any instruments.
Do you not think the video would kind of lack depth if it's just all the same sort of scene though? Like if it was two women acting provocatively, could it not be like in another room with a bed or something, opposed to just all being in front of the same?
Or we'll have like props and things.
Yeah, they're not just going to be like standing there. We're going to bring in props.
What kind of props?
Like a chair and stuff.
And old-fashioned telephone. Vintage. You know, like they might be smoking, drinking bit.
Are you aiming for a kind of a vintage look then?
Yeah.
Sort of slightly bordello-y, I'm getting the impression in terms of like the stockings, the smoke, the chairs.
Yeah. The girl, definitely. The guy, we're looking for a more kind of rock look for him. Like he's modern, but they're kind of more looking in the past. Kind of their image anyway.
Oh, it goes like a modern look for it.
No, I thought that was like a more vintage kind of the girls anyway, like they'll be wearing kind of like corsets, kind of old-fashioned kind of.
Also, have the characters you've got to play with people, are they comfortable with posing in like the sexual way, or in like with the suggestion that the video is more sexual?
Yeah, I asked that.
I suppose that's why we're using you in it, so we don't have to ask anyone.
Do you have confidence in your male actor, given that the focus will be on him
He's a singer and he does drama.
quite
so
dramatically, so
he'd be
he's
able to
comfortable
sing
with that?
along, so there wouldn't be any problem with lip syncing.
Okay.
If you're supporting the male gaze, isn't that kind of like points on if they're acting provocatively?
No, because it's showing the woman's in control, it's kind of more intimidating. Like, it's not to please the man, it's kind of to show that the woman's in control instead of the man.
Would that please a man anyway, sing to you and like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of men's like fantasy.
Yeah, I guess. But it's the woman who's got the control. So it's not really like she's all helpless, just being watched. She knows she's being watched, she's enjoying being watched, and she's playing with being watched.
So you're thinking of people like, you know, Gaga in the way that
Yeah.
they dress provocatively, but
Or like Beyonce in Single Ladies, how she's dressed properly, but it's kind of intimidating.
yeah.
Instead of like, oh, look at me, I'm not naked, kind of. It's more like, yeah, I've got power.
I take that point. I also take the point though that whilst your intention is to show that the women are in powerful roles, you're kind of planning to dress them in quite a stereotypically kind of sexy way, as in black fishnets, you know, if you're thinking along corsets and chairs, if they're going to be draped across a chair and, you know, cigarette smoke, it is that kind of bordello look. Do you see what I mean? So you'd have to be really careful, I think, with that message, because you could end up just feeding, whatever your intentions, it could just be a video that absolutely kind of feeds a male fantasy, that is going to do bad things not just to one woman, but then even better, there's two women, you know, having a scene together, and he's going to join in and do bad things to both of them.
That's
So-
how I can see that.
Do you see what I mean? So I think you know you need to think about that quite carefully in terms of your representation. I think that would be quite. I think that's going to be quite difficult to carry off actually.
I think the outfits are more just like kind of mock it, kind of, than anything. Because it looks stupid. They'll be wearing like jeans, like male outfits. So they're kind of pushing it to the extreme.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see the intention in terms of subverting, but as soon as you go down kind of black fishnets routes, it's a kind of such a strongly established kind of sexual image. It's, yeah, an interesting one. Who's your audience?
Our age.
I don't think it's kind of, it's not really limited to a, like, either male or female audience. I think it's kind of embracing both, I think, by having, obviously presenting both men and women within the video. And I think it's kind of an age range, not really a teen audience, it's more of like
our age and
20s, yeah, I'd say, like, kind of 20s,
university,
So a 20 plus demographic rather than the sort of the 14, 15. Are you going to represent the male singer as well as, is he going to be represented as, you know, in an attractive way to make him appeal to a female audience?
No, I thought we were going to do it more like in defeat, kind of like he'll be wearing a suit and he'll be kind of like, you know, kind of uneasy, like with a really tight tie and kind of like he's possessed by a woman, kind of.
Okay.
Like he's the object.
Will you show the women or the main female protagonist at the end? Will she then be sort of shown physically having control over him if you follow your message through? So it might start off with the audience thinking it's him wanting to do bad things to the woman. Then we see that the woman is actually more interested in the other woman. And then at the end, do you show them kind of, if he's all sort of, you know, tightly his tie up and he's all restricted, are you going to subvert it in terms of showing them maybe leading him off?
No, I think the point is that he will never like get what he wants. I think he's never going to interact with her. I suppose she's
interacting with him.
Yeah, but so that he never actually achieves like, because obviously he's interested in her, but she's not in him. So she's more playing with him.
Okay.
So at the end, I think he's just left alone.
Yeah, towards the end, you should like tease him a bit, like tighten his tie even tighter than it already is, kind of thing. So yeah, she'll kind of like play around with him, kind of a bit mean, like you can look, I can touch you, but you're not coming anywhere near me, kind of thing.
Okay, that's beginning to kind of fit in.
Just leave him, kind of.
Does she leave him at the end? Does she kind of just like walk off with her love interest, i.e. the other woman, and just kind of give him a
like
glance
they'll
over the
never be
shoulder?
together. Like the man and the woman won't ever, because I think that's kind of the point, that she can play with him, but he's not really going to get what he wants.
Right.
She'll just be with this other woman.
Okay.
And I think that's where we're kind of going with like, the fact that it may be is subverting the male gaze. I think that's where we're kind of going with it, that he will be looking at her, I suppose, but he's not going to, it's not for him, actually what she's doing.
What do you think is the concept then? So you have a song that's traditionally would seem to be showing a male wanting to have a relationship, shall we say, with a female. So we see him, we see the female, we think it's going in that way traditionally, and then actually we're introduced, presumably not immediately, but a bit further on we're introduced to the third element, which is the other woman, who the woman's interested in, and it ends with the two women kind of, the main female character, protagonist in control, who then presumably goes off with the second woman, leaving him with nothing other than a very tightly tied tie.
I think it's a bit weird. If it was like a Beyonce music video, it'd work, but surely this would just be a negative portrayal for the singer, so I don't see why a music video like that would work for a male singer opposed to being a female.
To add to David's point, I understand like your concept about trying to subvert from the women trying to like being seduced, but also people like Beyonce are known for like their feminism, and they're known for trying to get across that message. And obviously this is an unknown kind of, well, it's not an unknown song, but like the video and like the person isn't well known. So how like it might be hard to achieve the same effect that you would want.
Maybe he'll become known because he'll be the only man who shows feminism.
Yeah, I think it's a different video, and I think the fact that he isn't well known. It would be something that I think would probably generate interest in it. And I get that it's not, I suppose, yeah, it's not portraying the artist well, but it's still really focused upon him. I mean,
It doesn't portray him badly, it portrays him as a man that women want.
it's just not
Think about
stereotypical.
So you have a song that, do you know, is the song familiar to you?
No,
Do you know the song? So the song's not particularly familiar, although it is for an older audience, remember, your true blood audience will know it. But putting that to one side, you're introducing a track that may be known, but anybody heard of Jay Severett? So it's a completely unknown singer, and even if you know the track as an older audience, you don't know the bloke, you don't know the singer. So if you are Jay Severett and you're having your music promo, you know, the company that's pitching to, and the record company says to you, this is what we're going to do, are you not in danger then of presenting him as
Incompetent.
yeah, well, kind of like, you know, unattractive through not necessarily his own fault if he happens to be fixated on a woman who prefers another woman, but is it sort of showing in him a point in a kind of quite a negative light?
I don't think he's shown as unattractive because I think the fact that she will be like interacting with him, just not.
She does
get
want
what
to
he
do
wants.
bad things with him because it's, you know, we're suggesting the lyrics are her, like her thoughts, and so she does want to do bad things, but she wants to do bad things with the girl too. So she's kind of greedy. Something. So, but in the end, she kind of just leaves it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you have to do this, of course not, but I think the concept would be good if you actually, you know, you don't like subvert, you don't have to subvert the male gaze. You can make her seem powerful, but also want to do bad things to him. He wants to do bad things to her. You know, you don't have to have the whole. She wants to do bad things to a girl as well. You know, you could have like her being there, you know, wanting to be with him and him with her, but she can still like be represented as powerful. You know, like when you said like her hands are showing like going across his chest. That shows like power. But still,
Yeah, she like in a seductive way, like have a tie around him or something to show.
We're gonna have very little scenes with him, but like not any.
It's a good idea though, isn't it? So you
Yeah.
can actually, so you're kind of matching them. So he wants to do bad things with you, to the woman, but she's sort of saying it back to him, I want to do bad things with you, so they're kind of equals.
And I think also, if we just had, sorry, I'm going to go off on a tangent, but if we did just have the man and the woman, but she still maybe walks away at the end, and she's still got her power, but then it's going to get, it's a lot less
That idea seems a lot,
complicated
yeah.
than just having two women.
you know, like teasing him again, like walking away. What do you mean?
Yeah, like, so she's still got power, but
You could have like her coming onto him loads of times, or him coming onto her even, and then her pushing him away, and like that playing hard to get kind of thing.
yeah.
And then your final shot could be her kind of, you know, him saying, I want to do bad things to you, and she's kind of walked away, and he's left looking up, but then she could look over his shoulder, and do like a close-up of the lips, you know, like things, that could work.
So it would, so she's still got, yes, but then he's still, he would be presented in a different way then, he's not as
That's the only
unwanted.
better way.
Yeah, that's your danger, that's the point, isn't it? If you're actually presenting him in a way that's representing him as a kind of sexual failure almost, regardless of why,
Yeah.
then if you're the unknown male singer and you're being, you know, this is your first single and this is establishing you with an audience visually, they might know your song through the actual TV, assuming, you know, we'll assume that there hasn't been a video already made, he has, but assuming that's not there. So this is your introduction visually to the public. Do you really want to be shown as somebody who can't get the girl?
Yeah, I think it actually makes more sense to do it like just a man and a woman.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But maybe you could have the other woman, but like make it seem like he's enjoying that rather than having him feel like he's a failure and like unwanted. Like, it's a good. I think it's a good idea, but to look at it in a different
Two
way.
girls after him
Yeah.
instead of one partnership.
You're going into male fantasy then again, two women fighting over him or wanting him. But
Yeah.
maybe that's, you know, at least that would give
But
him...
they want him.
Yes.
They want him.
So who's
Wouldn't
going to
that
be
put him in
lip-syncing?
power?
Who's actually going to be saying the lyrics? Him or her?
Both. They've got like at the same time maybe.
I think maybe if we brief it with her doing it, not like a lot because obviously it's not personal.
They're like face to face, like they're talking, it's up against each other, both saying at the same time. So you kind of just really only see their profiles, maybe their lips.
Okay. Anything else to add? Thank you very much for your pitch. Lots to think about. Thank you.